Hello everyone and welcome. In today's video, I'm going to show you guys how to replace the rear calipers on a 2014 Honda Accord Sport. Now the procedure I'm going to be showing you here is essentially the same for almost any Honda that employs the use of rear disc brakes. The problem is that we've got a leaking caliper seal. We're actually going to loosen this brake line first while it's still secured to the car so we don't strip the head from it moving around. And we also have to undo the parking brake cable so that we can pivot it out of the way and then unhook this parking brake actuation lever. First thing, I had said, brake line. It's a 14mm socket, and we're just gonna break that loose so that we can unscrew it by hand. And next, I'm gonna undo the parking brake securing bolt, which is located right here where my finger is. And that's a 12mm. And there's just that view to undo that bolt. That bolt is right there. We've loosened the parking brake cable so it comes out from the bracket. Then we're going to take our 12mm ratchet and we're going to break the caliper securing screws. Remove them. Here's a service tip. Make sure the parking brake is not engaged. Otherwise you're going to have a heck of a time trying to get this off. With the two bolts loosened, we can then pull the caliper away from the bracket, and then on the bottom, this is the rear driver side, we can actually take this clip off and then take the brake pad out. Just like sliding them out. Now the squeal tang is on the inside on the rear driver side. Undo this caliper mounting bracket by taking our 17mm socket and undoing the securing bolts. Now the top bolt here can be a bit of a tight fit, so I'm just going to use a 17mm wrench and just break that free. It just comes off like so. Next I'm going to take a can of brake clean here and just spray some on a rag. And I'm just going to wipe down the mating surfaces of where the replacement caliper bracket is going to go. Now the reason why this has to be clean is if you have any foreign debris that's between the bracket and this mounting hub, that it's going to be uneven, which can then lead to uneven brake wear. Now put our new bracket in. And I'm going to torque these down to approximately 60 foot-pounds. Take my torque wrench here and just tighten in to approximately 60 foot-pounds. Okay, so I've got a drip tray underneath the vehicle just to catch the brake fluid that's going to come out. I'm going to undo my caliper bolt and then just you'll see that one of the crush washers just kind of fell out. I'm just remove the line, and then what I'm going to do is undo the parking brake cable from that little actuation lever. But it just comes out like that. So we're going to prepare our new caliper. We're going to just carefully unscrew the new hose connecting bolt from the caliper body, so right here. We'll undo that. I'm just going to give our brake line a good cleaning with some brake cleaner. Make sure you just remove any brake fluid that has leaked out. You need to work fairly quick because you don't want all the brake fluid to drain out your system. So I sprayed it with brake clean. You can see like there's corrosion and dirt on the inside, so we're going to blast that out, make sure there's nothing there. Then we're going to take our brake hose bolt. You're going to have a new copper crush washer on one end. We're going to pass it through the brake hose and then another crush washer after that. Install it onto our caliper body. Paying attention that there's a little tab on this hose right here that needs to go into the hole of the caliper body. So here's a slightly different angle here on the brake line. You see this little tab? It goes in the hole in the caliper body. There's a copper crush washer between the caliper body and the hose, and then another one between the hose and the bolt that passes through the brake line. Then next, we're going to reattach our parking brake cable by hooking this little actuator lever into the hole of the cable. Now with our remanufactured caliper, it actually comes with new spring clips as well as the slide shims, which we can just install by installing with the curved edge towards the inside of the hub and just carefully pressing these into place. And just do the same for the top. Just push those in firmly. Reinstall our brake pads. So we have our outboard pad. Just get it in like that. And the inboard pad, doing the same. I actually want to now align the caliper piston right here with the little pin on the pad, and that's really important. So we're to slide this over. Again, you just need to finger tight these for now. Now before we actually pressurize the brake system, we need to make sure that we tighten our brake line. Okay guys, so here's our little inspection hole again. You see that cutout in the piston of the caliper right there? You see that little nub sticking up? It has to fit perfectly in that piston channel. So verified the brake fluid is nice and full. Step on our brake pedal all the way down, pump it to push that piston in that rear caliper out. And then keep pushing until the pedal doesn't go any further. Or verifying the pad that little nub lines up with that groove on the caliper. Now if it's slightly off, you can use a small screwdriver in there. Just kind of dig around in there and just move that piston back and forth to get it to line up. Once we've lined everything up with the piston, we can loosen our caliper again. Just carefully pull it straight off. Reinstall the spring clip on our pads. Now on the 9th generation Accord, there's actually only one spring clip. Now to get this on, we install the spring clip and just hold these pads with our fingers, and then just slide it on, and then just double check to make sure that that little pin in there, if you guys can see that, lines up with your piston groove. And reinstall our bolts. Like that. We can now reinstall our little 12mm parking brake retainer cable bolt back into the lever assembly way down there. Making sure that our brake fluid reservoir is full, we're going to now go ahead and bleed the caliper and the brake lines. And while we're using our mighty vac here to do the bleeding procedure, it's no different than you doing a manual bleed. What we're doing is we're basically trying to draw out any of the air out of the piston and the body and even the hose. And to speed up the process, I've made sure that before I open up the bleeder valve, to step on the brake pedal to push as much fluid into the caliper body as possible so that we can actually bleed the system a little bit quicker. So I'm going to open up my suction, open up the bleeder valve, and basically let this bleed for probably a minute or two. And if you want, you can even pump the brake pedal a few times to just get the fluid to come into the body a little bit quicker. Okay, so this has been running for about a minute. I'm seeing a steady stream of brake fluid coming out, so I'm going to close our bleeder valve off. I'm going to wipe our nipple clean here and just snug up that bolt. I'm going to reinstall our cap. Let's spray this down with some brake cleaner on the hose and the fitting. The reason why I'm going to do this is that next I'm going to step on my brake pedal really hard with the engine running to see if I see any brake fluid leaking out of a hose crimp or around the hydraulic fitting and the bleeder valve, and even around the piston seal area. As you can see, there's absolutely nothing. It's bone dry. And when you're done doing the bleeding job, make sure you top off the brake fluid so that the reservoir is full. We've replaced the entire rear caliper assembly. We made sure that this caliper mounting bracket and the two large 17mm bolts are bolted to the rear wheel hub assembly to 60 foot-pounds. We also made sure that when we installed the caliper body, that the brake pads were properly aligned with their shims. We've also made sure that the replacement shims that come with the remanufactured caliper are aligned properly, and that we've also installed the little spring clip. We've also confirmed that we have reinstalled our hydraulic line and torqued this down to approximately 35 foot-pounds, and made sure that we have new crush washers along the hydraulic line on both sides. We also made sure that we aligned our piston with the little nub on the brake pad, so it's all grooved properly and it's resting evenly on the back side of the brake pad. And we've also made sure that we've reinstalled the parking brake cable actuator to the lever, and then making sure that we've also tightened that 12mm bolt down there that holds the cable to the caliper body. We've also bled the system and made sure that we've filled up the hydraulic fluid and then bled it again, and then just giving everything a once over to make sure there's no rubbing of any components and that there's no fluid leaking from the hydraulic line when you apply pressure to the brake pedal with the car running. The whole purpose of that is to make sure that we get pressure build up here, and just making sure that there's no fluid leaks here or along the bleeder valve. Once you're done that, we can reinstall the wheel and tighten the lug nuts to 88 foot-pounds. And before you take it for a test drive, make sure you start the car, pump the brake pedal several times to build up braking pressure, and then proceed carefully on your test drive to make sure that the brakes work properly. So as you guys can see from my repair video, that replacing the rear calipers on a Honda is neither difficult nor time consuming, and can be accomplished with some basic hand tools. If you guys like my video, give me a thumbs up and consider subscribing to my channel. A detailed listing of the tools used in this video will be linked in the description below. Thanks for watching.